Hi, this is Clay Dixon, and joining me is Grayson Brookshire, and we are off with the third race of the day, the boys Class 2A, and we are waiting for the gun, and they're away. We got a fully loaded field for you. We got, looks like, over 230 runners out there as they are coming up this 400-meter straightaway before they come to their first right-hand turn. All right, so Grayson, just tell us about this race a little bit. Who to look out for?
Well, we have a couple of Warren East runners that you want to look out for, which is Jacob England and Colton Bullington. Those two have been running really well for Warren East this year. Of course, there's a couple of Shelby County runners as well. David Jacobs, one of your runners to look out for, ran really well at the state meet here last year. Low 16s, was a top 10 finisher.
David Jacobs, 5th place last year in 16:06. Ethan Shuley, he graduated this past year. He won it in 15:33, followed by Trenton Fryman, North Oldham. And your top returner this year is Alex McClarty from North Oldham. He's a senior now, and just some stats on him. This year, he did a second place run at the Lexington Catholic Invitational, which is this course, and he did a 15:42. He won his region, and he's had a couple of other high placings at several other meets throughout Kentucky. So be looking out for him. His PR 15:41, and he's in a 15:42 this season on this course.
As you saw on your screen just a second ago, the Warren East guys out front, that is England and Bullington, and a Shelby County runner right with them, followed by Lexington Catholic. That's your top four right now. This is just it's about 1,400 in, looking pretty strong right now. It's early on though.
Alright, just a couple of things to look out in the team race. I mean, of course, if you got two Warren East up front, that means they essentially have to just score only like 3 runners. So with such a low score up front, so be looking out for Warren East. Always got to look out for Lexington Catholic. They've been a really dominant force in 2A the last couple of years, as well as North Oldham. Especially look out for Shelby County, as same situation as Warren East. They got a good 1-2 up front. You're going to have to just score just 3 more runners after that. So be looking out for those 4 teams right there.
Right now, your top 7, there's 2 Warren East and 2 Shelby County, so that really bodes well for both those teams as we're approaching the mile. Coming up, the split for the mile is about 4:48 for your leaders.
Pretty hot time right there.
It's I think the fastest we've gone through the mile all day, so we'll see if this pace holds and what these guys can do. Is Jacob England leading the charge right now.
Looks like in the top 5 there in the red, I believe that is Wayne County Zachary Tucker, a senior, Wayne County in the southern part of the state. But looks like we're going on to the second paddock in just a minute. See Lexington Catholic and North Oldham there, blue and green. Christian Academy of Louisville, I saw them up front. That was Alex McClarty. Some other of his stats, he's done 4:37 for the 1600 and 3,200 meter PR of 9:43, so he's got some pretty solid track times there.
You can see a bunch more Warren East coming through. Lexington Catholic, he's got 4 or 5 guys already through right now, so they're bunching up front, looking to see a close team battle so you can get that state title.
Move you over to the second paddock in just a minute. Usually where the team race really develops, and you see a lot of the individual championships actually won there. Just decisive moves. All right. Looks like we got Warren East, and I believe that's Shelby County. Either Matthew Pivert or David Jacobs. We'll just identify that in just a minute. You see they're going up the first major hill. This is where a lot of moves are made. Looks like the Shelby County runner is making a move there, trying to take the lead from England. England, he's led basically the entire thing so far. His teammate Bullington looks like he's fallen off a little bit from that lead group. Still in the mix.
You see just the massive string of runners where everybody's just really got to work off of placement. You have your championships and your individuals and all that can go out hot in your top 5, but the team battles are won in every runner you can get.
See, the fog has really cleared up from the earlier today, and it was a lot chillier out, about 45 degrees. It's warmed up to about 55, 60 now, so basically perfect racing weather. Just looking at some of the times earlier on, they were a little bit slower in the guys' race. 16, 16, I believe, won it, and girls' race is a 1940. So,
and that is Shelby County's Pavard that made a good move on the hill and created a little bit of gap on England right now. So he is taken out, and he is leading the race right now.
Following him is Jacob England of Warren East, the junior, and it looks like Stephen Ott from Christian Academy of Louisville. He is in there as well.
Sitting in 5th right now, as there's 2 more LCA in the top 7 or 8. So that bodes really well for them.
I got to correct a mistake. I said Alex McClarty was in. He was part of the Louisville Christian Academy of Louisville team. In fact, he's actually North Oldham. I was thinking of Stephen Ott, who's actually moving up quite well right now. He got some PR. 16:07 ran at the Lexington Catholic Invitational. He came second at his regional meet last week, and he's done pretty well this season. Last year he came in 15th place at the state meet, so be looking out for that guy, Stephen Ott from Christian Academy. Looks like England is trying to reestablish connection there. We're about 3,000 meters into this race.
He definitely hasn't given up on that big surge that Pavard made up the uphill, but they are still on a very quick pace.
We'll get a 2-mile split for you in just a minute.
Right now, it looks like just those two, as they've created a gap on 3rd, which is still Warren East Bullington, and Alex McClarty from North Oldham.
10:09, 10:10.
And their split's about 10-10, 10-11 for Pavard in England. And about 10-19, 10-20 for McClarty and Bullington. So about 10 seconds back. We'll see if they can make that up. But right now it's a 2-man race for first, and we'll see which one can grind it out with 1 mile to go.
Yeah, just took down another little incline there. They got one more hill before they basically have an 800-meter downhill.
Oh, wow.
And ooh, there's a move there by Jacob England. Jacob, talk a little bit about his stats. Just analyze what kind of a runner he is. He has never run a track meet according to mile split. He's only done cross country, and some of his stats. In 2013, he came on 118th place here. 2014, 31st. 2015, 11th. And, well, he's battling out for first place right now. He's got first place in 3 other meets. He won his regional again. He's got basically second, thirds. Fast Cats, he came in 9th place. That was his worth showing this season. But right now, he's looking like he's really wanting that state title, as he's got himself about a 15, 20-meter gap now. Doing a gutsy move there, it looks like. So he's conquered the final hill.
That's a big move by England, because he was behind about 10, 15 meters, and now he's got a 10 or 15 meter lead himself. So we'll see if he has enough to hold off Pavard in the last K of this race. And then there's your 3rd place battle, looking pretty good as they're neck and neck. McClarty and Bullington, Warren East, North Oldham, also competing for those spots for their teams.
Looks like he's moving his head a lot there, just really giving it all. I mean, biomechanically, it looks like he's falling apart, but I mean, heck, he looks like he's working for him.
He's
Packs
still,
enough
he's still
runner.
moving.
His head's down as well. Matthew Clevered from Shelby County, the senior. We're about 1,000 meters to go in this race, so we'll be moving over to the finishing stretch in just a minute as your runners are winding up for a finishing kick here. Team race looking pretty close between those it's Lexington Catholic, Shelby County, and North Oldham. Too close to call right now.
But as we approach the 3-mile mark, it is Jacob England still with that lead. With 200 to go, Jacob England from Warren East. Matthew Pavard still giving chase. We'll see which one can hold on.
Close.
Matthew looking like he's got a good charge there and may have enough momentum and bring him through this last 150 meters.
And Pavard's gaining right now, so we'll see. You can tell both these guys are giving it everything they've got. So this is going to come down to the line.
It's a slide uphill finish, and it's looking like it's going to be too close to call from right here. We're about 75 meters out.
England, Pavard, and England has just enough room. Holds off Pavard, and Jacob England of Warren East is your 2016 Class 2A champion.
Raises his arm in victories. His crossing line is 16:05. Pavard 16:07, and there comes Stephen Ott from Christian Academy in 16:17. There comes now Clarity from North Oldham, 16:25. There's Warren East, Bowlington. Shelby County's David Jacobs.
And looking from a team standpoint, that's 2 Shelby County and 2 Warren East.
Here's our Wayne County's Zachary Tucker. Here comes a couple of Lexington Catholic runners. That's Joshua Castillo and Adam Walker, both juniors. So we got, this will be 3 Lexington Catholic in the top 10. Here comes another North Oldham. That's 2 in for them. Scott Ethan Frazier. Elijah Miller from Boyd County in the eastern part of the state. Big flow of runners coming through now. Shelby County got 3 in now. Couple more Lexington Catholic coming in. That might be, I believe that's their top 5. That'd be 5 in the top 20 for Lexington Catholic.
That bodes pretty well for a low team score, that's for sure.
North Oldham, I believe they got 4 or 5 in right now.
Shelby County looks like they just got their 5th guy.
It'll be a really close one there. By the looks of it, it'll probably be our score. Those 3 teams, Shelby County, Lexington Catholic, and North Oldham will probably be all under 100 points. So it's gonna be pretty close. Warren East always had to look out for them for this race now because they got that 1-2 punch. So I don't know where their 3, 4, and 5 runners finish, but they'll be having a pretty low score as well.
Be sure to visit Kentucky Mile Split and KYTrackXC.com for all the race results and times.
Last year, this event was won by North Oldham with 61 points, followed by Highlands in 71 points, and Shelby County 110 points. Lexington Catholic was 179 in 4th place. Right now, it's looking like pretty similar to last year with those teams, the team names, but maybe a little bit switched up. Lexington Catholic had a pretty solid 1-2 punch, as well as Shelby County. North Oldham, pretty good pack in there as well. We'll wait a little bit to see if we get some results for you from the team standpoint. But individually, if you missed it, we had Jacob England from Warren East, 16:05, Matthew Pavard, 16:07. Going 1-2. Top 4 teams today, unofficial results. Warren East with 107 points. 3rd place, Shelby County, 94 points. And 2nd place, North Oldham, 74 points. And the winners for the state title, Lexington Catholic, 61 points. So really close battle there for the team race. We're going to take you to your boys 2A state champ, Jacob England.
All right, we're here with Jacob England of Warren East. He just won the Class 2A state championship. All right, Jacob, tell me how that feels.
You know, when you're doing cross country, there's a lot of moments that stick out in your mind, but you know, even 30 years from now, this will definitely be up there with, you know, my favorite moments. So
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. What was kind of your strategy going into today?
I was originally just going to try to stick in the front pack and make a move about the 1.25 miles. There's a little bit of you go through a gate and then go down a little bit of a hill. So I was going to try to push right through there, maybe build a little bit of a lead. That wasn't how it worked out, but the end result was, you know, what I wanted. So, you know, it doesn't really matter how you get there as long as you do get there. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, you all took out pretty quick, about a 4:49, and then you kind of made your move at the 2 mile. What was going through your head at that point? And was there a certain point where you were pretty confident that you could do this?
Honestly, I never really thought I had it, because even there at the end, you know, he was still sticking right by me and coming up hard. But actually, there was a point where I thought I was out of it. About the 1.5 miles, he had, you know, sort of blown by me going up the hill. And so I was really worried there for a little bit that, you know, maybe I was going to have to settle for, you know, second or third. But I was able to get him, you know, like you said, back right at the 2. So, you know, it's a good result.
All right, well, congratulations on your state championship, and I hope you enjoy it with your team.
Thank you.